Hey guys, 95 Hot Snaps here, and today we are going through Emerald City Comic Con 2021 reveals, rumours, and what I hope to see. So let's do this. Alrighty guys, so yes, Emerald City Comic Con, the talks, the hype, it's all beginning. So Serlent Pops, the my go-to place to get all the information about what's coming up. They've posted some stuff about Emerald City Comic Con, everything that's potentially coming, all the rumoured stuff, showing off some reveals, because there has been some sightings of actual Emerald City Comic Con pops. So this is very exciting. I'll go through all the rumoured ones first, then we'll go to the reveals. Then at the end, we'll talk about what I hope to see, because I'm sure there's heaps more to come, or heaps more rumours that are going to be popping up. So fingers crossed some of the ones I hope to see become the real deal. If you want to go fast forward to the actual reveals and skip over all the rumoured stuff, I'll leave a timestamp in the comments below, so be sure to go down there and check that out if you're just keen on seeing what's actually been revealed. But anyway, let's go through all the rumours that Serlent Pops have shared so far with us all. So the first one is Madam Mim from The Sword in the Stone. Now this pop is from a Disney movie. It's quite old, I believe 1963 it came out. Personally, I've never watched it. I know it's based on King Arthur, so you know, the sword, stone, pulling it out, etc. I think this character is a really weird one to start with, because they haven't actually made any pops from this movie before. There has been some concept art of this specific character, Madam Mim, so I'll pop up a picture right there. Looks pretty cool, so I imagine it's going to look really cool in pop form. I'm really keen to see what Funko do with this one. Not something that I'm going to personally pick up, but I'm sure there's a lot of Disney fans out there who have been waiting for pops from this line for a long time. So it's very exciting to see that this is something Funko are doing, rather than pushing out some duplicates of Disney characters. You know, we probably could have got a Lucky the Leprechaun Stitch or something like that. Don't get any ideas, Funko. Then continuing on from Disney, we have the Caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. Now this is for the 60th anniversary, so it'll be in one of those fancier boxes. I really hope that this is a deluxe pop, or maybe even a 6-inch, just because it is a bigger character. It's really, really cool. I hope it's got the smoke pipe kind of thing going on, because the Caterpillar is a really iconic character from the movie, and I'm surprised they haven't done pops before. Disney fans, if they have, let me know. But I can't say I've seen this before in a pop form. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this turns out, and fingers crossed it's in its own kind of box, you know, deluxe size. Kind of like how little Pegasus here was in that wider box, so fingers crossed we get something like that, a lying down pose. It'll look really cool. I'm very, very intrigued to see what they do with that one. And the last Disney character one that I have seen so far get released is Belle in the green dress from Beauty and the Beast. From my knowledge, this is from the scene where she's in the library having a look around. Correct me if I'm wrong, it's been a long time since I've watched it, but it kind of makes sense if it was, because she's holding the book. So that's one that's coming out. I like it because it's an Emerald City Comic Con green themed pop. It makes sense. Do we need more bells? Probs not, but I think this one will look really nice, and it's really sweet. It's coming from a bit of an iconic scene in the movie, so I think this one's really cool. I know a lot of Disney fans will be snapping this one up if it is true and becomes an Emerald City Comic Con pop for 2021. This next one, I had no idea what it was when I saw it pop up. It is Atari from the Isle of Dogs. Now this, after doing a little bit of research, it is a stop motion science fiction comedy drama movie that's animated. But anyway, it's produced by Wes Anderson, who produced the Fantastic Mr. Fox movie. So you kind of know it's like that furry, like stop motion, realistic kind of looking film. Does that make sense? Anyway, it's a similar style to that. So they're making Atari, who is one of the human characters, because I know there's a lot of dogs in it, which I would probably like, so I may as well go and watch it. But yeah, so I'm sure that, again, there are people out there who really love this movie and are going to be really excited about a pop from this one. I really would be keen to see the dogs get made, because who doesn't love animal pops? But yeah, I don't know too much more about that one, so that's all I can give you guys. Now I am super, super hyped about this one. I think it's absolutely hilarious. We have Dwight as Kerrigan from StarCraft. This was in a really funny episode. Obviously Dwight dresses up as Kerrigan, and honestly, I'm so surprised they're making this into a pop. I think it's going to look amazing. And you know, I've said it a lot in the past that I wanted Funko to release Emerald City Comic Con Dwight Pops as the Recyclops every year. So not have them all like they did last year, all spread out amongst the cons throughout the year. It would have been cool to see one every single Emerald Comic Con because of the green theme. But if it means we're getting Dwight as Kerrigan, I'm happy to cop it for this con. I honestly think it's going to look so awesome. I know a lot of Office fans will be hyped about this one, and it is very good to see Funko not releasing another Dwight holding some random object. I would much rather see him dressed up as Kerrigan for sure. So super hyped. Hopefully this one is true, and fingers crossed it transitions well into a pop. Now this one, I don't know too much about, but it is Kenny Powers from Eastbound and Down. Like I said, I don't know too much about it, but from what I searched up, it's a comedy series based on Kenny, who is a famous baseballer, and he kind of stuffs up his career, and is now like a PE teacher or something. Kind of just goes through his story. It sounds funny. He makes some mistakes. Is what it is. I believe it's on HBO. I don't know, that came to my head. I must have read that somewhere. But hey, the show seems funny enough, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who watch it and are really hyped to see a pop from this line, like I would be for any show that I enjoy watching. So, Kenny Powers fans, that one's for you. Now this one I am stoked for. I think we all saw it coming anyway. It is the Deep from The Boys. So we didn't get a Deep pop in the initial release of The Boys pops. Note to future self, I still need to buy the set of those. Please do that, Brooke. But anyway, we got the Deep. He's a phenomenal character in the show, a very important character, and basically he's kind of like their version of Aquaman. Although unlike Arthur Curry, Deep is a bit of a jerk, as most of the 7 are. But anyway, I'm very excited to see what they do with the Deep. Again, we didn't get him in the initial drops, so we knew he was coming eventually, but it'll be very cool if he's an Emerald City Comic Con exclusive. Let's just hope Funko don't slap me in the face and say, hey, he's a 200 piece. Knowing my luck, he will be. But anyway, fingers crossed we get him. I hope he's just a normal release, nothing exclusive, because then I can't have him, and I want him. So please Funko, don't dog me. Next we have a Pop Rocks pop. It is Sir Mix-a-Lot himself. If you don't know him by name, you will know him by searching up Baby Got Back, or even just hearing the name of the title of that song. But it's very cool to see him in a pop. That is very, it's a song everybody knows, or at least has heard at one point in their lives. So Sir Mix-a-Lot, I know he's going to go down as a hot favourite for this con if it is released. I hope they really capture him in that music video, because that's what he's iconic to. So rocking the hat, rocking the glasses, and rocking that iconic and very big and blingy and heavy ring on his hand that says Mix-a-Lot. So I'm sure this pop's going to look great. I know there's a lot of Rocks fans out there who like collecting the musician pops, so I think Sir Mix-a-Lot is going to go down well. The next one is Grimlock from Transformers. Now this one is very cool. I'm very excited to see what they do with this one. There's no indication whether it's going to be in the Transformers line or if it's going to be in the Retro Toys. My guess is Retro Toys, so I think it's not going to look like the picture that Serlent Pops have shared. It'll look a bit more like this guy right here. So it'll look more like the toy. I think either way, whatever they go with, he's going to look great. It is a cool character. But yeah, I'm eager to see what route Funko go down. Is it going to be in the Retro Toys and look a bit like this one? Or is it going to be down the path of just the Transformers and look like the picture Serlent Pop shared? I personally think it's going to be Retro line. That's what they've been doing. That's what all of them that have been released in the past couple of months have been in. So I think he's going to look a bit more like the toy rather than any images you might see attached to it. Into the DC pops, so we got Wonder Woman with a tiara from Wonder Woman 84. I'm sorry, I have not watched the movie yet, so I have no idea what this is in relation to. I know Wonder Woman does wear headwear, so obviously it's got something to do with that. But if it's anything like they did with the NYCC pop with Wonder Woman and the Lasso, I think this pop is going to be amazing and it's going to look great. Again, guys, if you have more information about this one, feel free to put it in the comments below. But again, like I said, if it's anything remotely like the NYCC pop or as dope as that, it's going to be a hot favourite. So I'm really keen to see what this one looks like, and I need to hurry up and watch Wonder Woman 84. Now this pop is probably the one I am most excited about from these rumours. It is Spectre from the DC Heroes line. Now I'm going to assume that this is going to be a comic book adaptation version of the Spectre, just because it is in the Heroes line, not attached to anything else. For me, I know Spectre from the Arrowverse and from the Green Lantern comics. He's a very interesting character in itself, So Spectre has his own kind of storyline as Jim Corrigan, and there's a whole comic book series and whatnot about him, very specific to him as the Spectre. But once Jim Corrigan passes away, the Spectre can then be given to someone else, or the power of Spectre can be passed on or adapted to someone else. So I know that it's happened for Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern comics, and I definitely know and have watched Oliver Queen from the Arrowverse take on the Spectre. So once a person has died, their soul can adapt to the Spectre and become the Spectre, if that makes sense. But I know in the Arrowverse, when Oliver Queen passes, sorry, spoilers, he takes on the Spectre and helps defeat the Anti-Monitor in the Crisis of Infinite Earths. So again, for my kind of CW line, I think the Spectre is one I'm going to want to pick up, because I highly doubt they're going to make an Oliver Queen as Spectre down the road. So that'll kind of fill in that gap in my collection of a character that has been in the shows. I think it's really cool, I'm excited about it, and it will be the first thing I pick up, I imagine, from the con, if the rumours are true and it becomes an Emerald City Comic Con pop. Another quite random one, we got the Garbage Pail Kids Boney Tony. Very interesting name. But anyway, he looks pretty cool from the little picture that Serlent Pops have attached here. I think it's going to be a very unique Funko Pop, should it be one that they release for Emerald City Comic Con. I know there's a fair few GPK fans out there, so I'm sure they're looking forward to this one. I'm just very intrigued to see what the mold looks like. You know, having the torn apart kind of zip head thing with the skull coming out. Very interesting. But anyway, see what Funko do with it. And GPK fans, I'm sure you'll be picking this one up straight away. On to the Marvel stuff. So we got Morbus in the Marvel Zombies line. Now, they've only made, I think, 1 or 2 Morbus pops in the past. He's a pretty cool character. He's a vampire, so I'm interested to see what a vampire zombie looks like. But he's pretty cool. The original pop is from a couple years ago, and I imagine it's vaulted now. So I'm very keen to see what this new mold looks like. You know, Funko have come a long way since this pop right here. So fingers crossed we see something really cool come of this one. The zombie line and the venomized line have great details. They're not something I collect. I think I only have one. Yeah, I've got the venomized Iron Man, and that's just to go a part of my little Iron Man roll. I got it pretty cheap, I think for like $5. So that's something that I kept in my collection just because it's cool. But yeah, all the details on those are amazing. So I imagine this one is going to look amazing as well. The next Marvel release is Spider-Man 2099. So this is from the Marvel Experience, which is a virtual reality online interactive kind of experience that fans of the Marvel world can go and do. I don't know, I've only heard a little bit about it, but apparently you go in, you interact with characters, they battle bad guys. Seems pretty cool, seems pretty fun, innovative. So I'm assuming Spider-Man 2099 is a part of this. The pictures Serlent Pops have used make him look sick, so I'm very intrigued to see what Funko do with this. Spider-Man always does well as a character himself. He sells well, so I don't blame Funko for going with him again. I love Spider-Man, so I'm very intrigued to see what this looks like. Will it be something I pick up? Not sure, because I haven't seen what it looks like and I'm not familiar with Spider-Man 2099. And we don't need 100 Spider-Mans in the collection because I'm running out of room. We got some anime pops now. So we've got the buffed Tony Chopper from One Piece. This thing is going to be very bizarre to see as a pop. He's got a small head and a huge body. Funko are the opposite. They got big heads, small bodies. So I'm very, very intrigued again to see what Funko do with Tony Chopper here. I think it's going to be well received by One Piece fans. The whole new wave of One Piece pops are extremely well detailed, so if this is following suit, I think it's going to be a cool pop. I'd imagine it's going to be a 6-inch. You know, there usually is at least 1 or 2 6-inch pops a part of conventions, so I imagine this might be the one. I think just because of the size, surely they've got to compensate somewhere and make it work, so I have a feeling this might be the 6-inch pop of the con. We're then going to the Dragon Ball Z. So we got Dragon Ball Z Super. So we have Super Saiyan Kefla. So this is Kale and Caulifla. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. I know people hate how people pronounce her name. I'm not super familiar with the character just yet. I haven't watched much Super. Sorry, guys. But this is a really cool character. You guys have seen me unbox Kale before. Not the vegetable, the character. And she's pretty dope, so seeing a kind of fusion form of her into a pop now is awesome. It's a new character as well, so Dragon Ball Z haven't flooded us again with more Vegetas and Gokus and Glow-in-the-Darks and Chromes and whatever else. But anyway, so we've got a new character. This one will be well received by Dragon Ball Z fans. I think it'll sell well just because we haven't had that character before, and in the past Dragon Ball Z pops at cons have been doing well when they're not, you know, repeats of characters or chromes or yeah. And then that leads me to the best one of these Dragon Ball releases, and that is Jackie Chun. So they've listed it on here, Serlent Pops as Dragon Ball Z. I recall Jackie as a part of Dragon Ball. Get rid of the Z, guys. But anyway, it's very nostalgic for me. I remember that episode really well. I actually only watched it towards the end of last year. I just randomly chucked on some Dragon Ball and that was the episode. It's a great episode. So Master Roshi disguises himself as Jackie Chun to battle in a tournament, faces Krillin and Goku, and it's a lot of fun. It's a very funny episode and I enjoy it a lot. Very nostalgic for me. I think it's really cool. Again, a new character, not a repeat, so very, very exciting stuff for the Dragon Ball Z fans for sure. And then the last one is Mantenna from the Masters of the Universe. This is very, very cool. I'm, again, not sure if it's going to be Retro Lines or Masters of the Universe. If they go down the Retro Toys line, I think it's going to be really sick to see how they adapt him into a Pop. Because from the toys, his eyes always bulged out. And Pops, you know, there's not a lot of eye expression that goes on with Pops. So I imagine this one is going to look pretty unique. And I'm very, very intrigued to see what they do with it. It's cool to get more unique Masters of the Universe characters. And it's another villain, of course. We seem to get flooded with the Masters of the Universe villains, but hey, at least it's a new one. I'm very, very excited to see the glam shots of this one. If it is released, I think it's going to be a pretty popular Pop if they nail the details right. Okay guys, so I just had a quick break because that was a lot of talking and I was hungry, so I had some lunch. But anyway, onto the reveal. So this is stuff that we have actually seen the Funko Pops of for Emerald City Comic Con 2021. So pretty much they're going to be a real thing. So first off, I want to talk about the shared sticker. So basically it looks a lot like last year's sticker, just a bit of a change up with the colors. So I think now it's got like a black border instead of a green one. Font color has changed, so there's not a lot going on. It's very much Emerald City Comic Con. You can tell what it is when you look at it, and that's what you want. So nothing too crazy in terms of the sticker. For the shared sticker, we haven't seen the con sticker one yet, but I'm assuming it's going to look pretty good. Most Emerald City Comic Con ones do. And then we go on to the actual stuff that we've seen. So first off, first thing I came across was the Disney Darkwing Duck Funkoverse expansion. So the only Funkoverse games that we've had from Disney was A Nightmare Before Christmas. So this isn't really an expansion on any game particular, but as most Funkoverse expansions go, you can use them amongst other games. So it's not like you have to have just the same line of the Funkoverse. You can mix and match characters, which is really awesome. I find the game a bit fun. It's a bit tricky to get the grasp of, but it's really cool and it's a nice little collectible with the little pops in it too. So in this one, it's just a standalone Darkwing Duck. As you can see, the shared sticker is on this one, so that looks like it's going to be a release. I think this is the first time they've had a Funkoverse as a con exclusive too, which is pretty cool. Next one is a Deadpool Pop. There was a rumor that there was going to be a teddy bear belt kind of Deadpool, as Serlent Pops posted here. And then we've just gotten this picture of Deadpool with some sort of like, they look like bunny plushes, like teddy bear bunnies, wrapped around his waist. So I don't know, maybe this is what they meant. Again, it's Funko just making variations of the Pops we know and love. So again, we got some more Deadpool Pops. That's fine. I love Deadpool. Are these Pops for me? No, but I'm sure there's someone out there who will be picking this one up 100%. I think it's funny, it's cute, but yeah, not for me. The next one we see here is Yoda from Star Wars. So it's in a unique green box. This is the first time we've ever seen really a box that looks like this. I think it looks really cool. Yoda, of course, is in all green. His outfit and everything, it's different color variations. So it's not like it's a green chrome Yoda or anything like that. It's kind of just a variation of Yoda. But I really like the box. I think that's unique. It's different. So Star Wars fans will definitely be picking this one up. I really like it. I think it looks cool. So that's a pretty positive one for the Star Wars line for Emerald City Comic Con. And then, of course, there's this monstrosity. Diamond Edition Pokemon. Nobody asked for it, yet Funko delivered. So yeah, this is the thing. We have a Diamond Edition Charmander. Just when we thought, hey, maybe we'll get a flocked one, which is fine. We could have got a flocked Rattata. We could have got a flocked Jolteon or Flareon or Vaporeon or any Pokemon that makes sense, but instead we have this Diamond Charmander. Why? But then Funko redeemed themselves because this pop is absolutely insane. It is a 2-pack, and spoiler alert for anyone who isn't up to date with WandaVision, I'm sorry, you should skip over to this timestamp right now. I'll give you a bit of a heads up, so this is the time to go to. And I'm going to start spoiling it. Alright, so WandaVision, absolutely hyped for this. So we have Billy and Tommy in a 2-pack. It looks like it's the Halloween version. I guess it's not really a spoiler because we've had WandaVision pops already that kind of tell us what was going to go on, but we haven't had the kids, so I guess it's kind of spoiling that the children exist in this show and in this universe now. So that's pretty cool. So some people are saying that they are kind of dressed in an attire that look like Wiccan and Speed, which are Marvel characters that pretty much are Billy and Tommy. So kind of trying to tie in a new bit of the Marvel world. So I guess we're expecting to see Billy and Tommy become as powerful as their mum. There's been a lot of Easter eggs going around on YouTube saying that in the scene where I think it was Billy is training the dog to do commands and he's kind of touching his head, it's like he's using his powers like his mum does. So that's pretty cool. So it looks like these guys are gonna kind of have a bit of a storyline there about Wiccan and Speed, which I'm very excited for. I'm loving WandaVision, so I'm very, very, very excited about this 2-pack. It'll be one I'm picking up 100% because I plan on getting every single WandaVision pop that is released, including that awesome chase. So this is like the best thing so far that has been released for me in terms of actual reveals, because yeah, just obsessed with WandaVision, and I think this 2-pack looks amazing. So that was it for the actual reveals. Now I just want to quickly touch on a couple of things I hope we still get to see, because I think there's still some holes, there's still some stuff hasn't been announced. You know, we haven't had any Funko sodas yet, and I feel like there's still some more room for some pops. So let's have a chat about what I think Funko should be bringing out for the rest of Emerald City Comic Con. The first one, and I think this would be completely echoed by the rest of the Mandalorian and Star Wars fan base, we need a hooded Luke Skywalker with his green saber. It makes sense. Emerald City Comic Con is green, so give us a Luke Skywalker from the Mandalorian. How dope would it be to see him in that hood, you know, during that walkway scene when he's entering? It'd just be dope. It would absolutely be dope. And yeah, having that green lightsaber, it makes sense because it's Emerald City Comic Con. So please, Funko, make it happen. I've got 2 pops for the DC kind of world that I'd love to see done. The first one is Harley Rathaway, otherwise known as the Pied Piper from the Flash TV show. It's kind of green themed. We've had a lot of new Flash pops get announced recently, so seeing one of him would be really, really cool. Makes sense. We've had some exclusives before from the Flash TV show. You know, we've had Cisco, we've had Killer Frost, so it'd be cool to see another new character introduced that way. And then I've also chucked in Dr. Midnight #2 from Stargirl. Why not start off the Stargirl line? Give us a bit of a taste, give us a green character, so that would be really cool. I expect them to make Stargirl pops down the line. But hey, I think Stargirl's gotten enough popularity here to give her and the whole show a line. So Dr. Midnight would be a cool way to start, being a green theme and an exclusive for Emerald City Comic Con. Continuing on with the retro toys line, I think it would be really cool to see the punk frogs from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now I remember having these toys as a kid, very nostalgic, and we haven't seen them in pops before, but being now we're seeing all these Ninja Turtle pops get released, it'd be really, really cool to see the punk frogs. They're a funny character, very unique, so they're the ones that Shredder made to kind of replicate the Turtles. Didn't quite work out, but they're still very nostalgic characters. You know, we've got Krang as well that came out, so there's a lot of room for Ninja Turtle pops here. Even if we got maybe a Foot Soldier or Shredder, that would be fine. But I think I'd like to see the punk frogs being Emerald City Comic Con. And another one for the retro toys line, the flocked Battle Cat with He-Man. So we saw a flocked Panther with Skeletor be a Funko Shop release. I think now would be a great time to bring in the green flocked Battle Cat with He-Man. It's a pop ride for Emerald City Comic Con. That one will go down so well, and if you pop a limited piece on that thing will cost a mint. I'd love to have it in my collection. I think a lot of Masters of the Universe fans will really, really like that one. So I got a feeling that might be up there. You know, I think it was rumored a while ago. Never attached to Emerald City Comic Con, but I think it makes perfect sense. There were 2 other little cartoon nostalgia characters I thought would be really cool for Emerald City Comic Con, being green. The first one is Professor Utonium from the Powerpuff Girls. You know, holding his little green chemicals. Why not? We haven't had him as a pop yet. I feel like the Powerpuff Girls line is one that's a bit too untouched. You know, we've only had the girls, we've had Mojo Jojo and him. So I think a time to expand would be really good now. So Professor Utonium would definitely have to be one. He's very, very big in the show. So that'd be a really cool one to see. And then the other kind of nostalgic one that I popped in was Karen with Plankton. So we've seen Plankton feature in a pop before in the little form. With the Shredder costume, and SpongeBob is Leonardo, but it would be really cool to see him next to a big Karen. I know she's a computer, so being a pop would be weird, but it would still be really cool to have them together. So maybe that's one. I mean, we got Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy last year, so that would be really cool to see. And then the last pop I have for you guys that I hope is made for Emerald City Comic Con is AJ Carmichael from Umbrella Academy. So this is a fishbowl head guy. I think this would be so much fun as a pop. You know, either he's holding that little cigarette with just the fish in the bowl. It's such a strange character, but one I'm really surprised they didn't make for this Umbrella Academy second wave, which is why it makes me think he's too good of a character to not have as a pop. And I think if they really do the details well on this, it would be an amazing figure. Watch it be an exclusive piece, but that's fine. I'd just love to see what they do with it. And just to finish off this video, go over some sodas. You guys know I love my sodas, so hopefully we get a green arrow. That would be really cool. And then maybe the chase with his hood off, that would be fine. So I think just a DC Comics line, doesn't need to be for the CW. A Green Lantern would be really cool. Obviously I think the chase for that would be pretty simple, glow in the dark. And then I think it's time we see some Dragon Ball Z sodas. So I would love a Piccolo in his traditional outfit, and then maybe one where he's in the training outfit, or you know, the torn up clothes kind of vibe. I'll have the pictures up as I'm talking, but I think that's a good way to start, especially for Emerald City Comic Con. And then of course, I know a lot of people want this one, but Dynamite, he would be really, really awesome as a soda. And I think for the chase, it would be cool to see that variation of the Blue Falcon colors. So for Dynamite, you'd have the common, and then the chase would be him in Blue Falcon's colors. And then once we get Blue Falcon, do the reverse. So then you'd have the Blue Falcon, and then his chase would be in the Dynamite colors. I think that would be really awesome. I know a lot of people have been asking for those sodas. I know, so it'd be really awesome to see it be an Emerald City Comic Con exclusive. But yeah, guys, I think that sums up everything, all my thoughts and feelings and excitement about Emerald City Comic Con. There's a lot of cool stuff that's getting leaked. I mean, Emerald City Comic Con has never been one of those mind-blowing cons, in my opinion. You know, it doesn't really stack up to NYCC and SDCC. WonderCon and Emerald City Comic Con are always great, but they're probably not the better of the four. But I'm very excited. This list is looking amazing. If half of these are true, I think it's going to be a great con, and I think a lot of collectors are going to be pretty happy. So fingers crossed, Funko go ahead with some of these, because I think they're absolutely amazing. Let me know in the comments below, guys, which one you hope is legit. I hope that majority of them are, because for all the collectors out there, no matter what you love, it sounds like there's something exciting for everyone. And I think that's one of the best things about Funko Pops and in this community. There is literally something for everyone. So what you might not like, I might like. What I might like, you might not like. And that is completely fine. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's a little bit long, but I wanted to cover everything, and I wanted to have a good chat about the upcoming con. It's so exciting. It's nearly con season again, kind of. You get what I mean. But thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Every little bit of contribution goes a long way, and it really means a lot. And remember, guys, as always, like Dragon says, never give up, and good pops will find you. See ya.